Hello.
Hello.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to A Couple of Sassholes podcast. I'm Brooklyn Johnson.
And I'm Heather Terry.
And for anyone who doesn't know, this is our power hour of true crime where we talk about fucked up people doing fucked up shit, usually for fucked up reasons or sometimes for no reasons at all.
Yes.
And that's what we're doing here today.
Nailed it.
We've been like two little flittering butterflies.
Yeah, we've definitely been like ADHD squirrels today.
Considering I've been here for 40 minutes.
40 minutes?
Yes.
Pre-gaming.
Just now getting onto the recording.
We were very excited to see everyone.
I can't lie. I've been living a life of solitude almost with my jobs and no one being where I'm at. And I'm just like humans.
When I come to see you at the nature center, it's like, I'll be like, okay, well, I need to go. And she's like, but 7 more minutes. Let's go for a walk. What are you doing?
Stay.
You know, I'm like, okay.
I can't help it, man.
Yeah.
I bet we've had so many things happen, mostly because the second that Heather swung by I don't even know why you came by.
I was driving by and you wanted snake help.
Yes. We were feeding the snakes and the snakes were super fucking active. And I was like, I want 4 hands, not 2.
She kept saying, they're really active. I'm kind of nervous about, I don't know. It just freaks me out, but not like really. And I'm like, dude, I'm driving home from a meeting. I'll just stop in. She goes, yes.
And then she walks in there and I'm literally in a dark room because I blew a fuse. And I was like, I am eating my food while it's warm. So I'm just sitting here in a dark room eating. Like, fuck it. I don't care.
Like a witch.
What can I do? I was doing one of those eating in a dark room so I could savor the senses.
Oh, like, I want to do that so bad.
I had signed up for a resort. So have you. We have both done this at different all-inclusive resorts. I was like 27 at the time whenever I did it, and I got way too drunk and completely slept through the entire thing. And I think that happened to you on like your birthday.
Oh, that was our 5-year wedding anniversary. We both slept through it, and we slept through our champagne delivery and woke up at 11 p.m. in our bathing suits. Like, how did we get up here?
Yep. The important thing is you made it up there.
Get you every time.
It does.
Get you every time.
All right. I'm going to start my story.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. So first I'm going to say, this ain't a long one.
You sound like a not well-endowed man.
I know, and this is our very first date.
Right before I'm like, take your pants off. He's like, okay, I'm just going to warn you. It's not a long one.
But she girthy. She'll get the job done. No, but you had a really fat, juicy one last week. So I was like, I'll give everyone a nice quick swallow.
I just need that audio right there, and I'm going to sell it. I'm going to sell it on the internet.
No one wants a quick swallow.
You don't know. Some people might be. There are busy men out there in audio land.
The busy men.
They're busy men. Okay. Shut up and tell me a story.
I will. And once more, did you happen to look at the photos I emailed? Because I'm never the one to grab them from the phone, and I throw my phone on the floor. So they'll pop up. They'll pop up. Okay. So YouTube, Inside Edition, CBC, CBS, BBC, Medium, and MLive.com.
Okay.
Irish Mirror for 14 seconds because number one, it was intriguing because this was not in Ireland. And number 2, I made it about 4 sentences before I had to pay for it. So they were barely used because I hate when newspapers do that. Okay, do it like, I am grateful for Owensboro Times because they allow you to read like 2 articles a month for free.
The online place,
yes,
like our online papers. Here.
Yes, yeah. And I think that's a sweet treat. These motherfuckers don't.
They bait you a little bit. They give you that foreplay.
I know.
What is wrong with us today? This is not X-rated.
Yes, it is.
I mean, yeah, it is.
I was like, okay, can we talk 14.2 seconds?
I mean, you said it's a quick one. So.
Scream 7.
Duh. Yes.
We went to see Scream 7. Tell me right the fuck now how that was rated PG-13.
I don't know. It was very, very gory.
It's knife murders. It's knife murders.
Yeah.
That's like telling me Halloween 20 or whatever the fuck it was. The one that was literally about all the kills. Like that was their only goal was like how many kills they could get. They had like 114 in the whole movie. It was just insane, which was not originally the like goal of that. It was whenever they switched over to directors. I'm acting like I fucking know. I am not a horror genre fucking winner.
You just laid it down. You said it with confidence. I believed you.
I know. I think what happens a lot in my life is I like to throw a lot of confidence in my words, and then honestly, at the end of the day, I don't know shit about fuck.
You had me convinced, and I'm your best friend. So.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying, this is why some crazy shit's happening if 13-year-olds can be in that movie without having to have an adult.
Dude, it's like they only did it on like the sex. If they would have based it on that, then yeah. You know?
Yeah, there
like,
was no
there
sex.
wasn't any.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't get it.
There weren't even like sexy time jokes.
No. I mean, there's a little heavy petting for like 12 seconds.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Barely.
I mean, yeah.
Barely. All right. So we're going to start. We're going to hop on in here.
Okay.
All right. So we know in these stories that we often talk about a golden hour, not the beautiful time when the sun starts to set and the lighting is just right, but for the first window of time where a case is made or broken.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
On May 13th, 2015, in Sand Lake, Michigan, the golden hour was squandered by a total failure of perception and then like 17 other things. This is going to be one of yours where we're going to be like, wow, the cops are just fucking suck.
Man.
But it's okay because it all comes out in the wash.
All right.
A neighbor at 9242 East 128th Street in Inslee Township had been watching their friendly neighbor's house for 2 days. At one point in the night, they'd heard gunshots, but figured it was just Martin Duram hunting, apparently in his backyard, but we'll let that go. She came by, and the doors had been deadbolted shut, but her concern for her neighbors had her continually checking since they never seemed to come outside. Then suddenly, they weren't locked. When she finally stepped inside, she didn't find a welfare check. She found a nightmare. We're going to be like, that's a little bit of a weird situation here. Another thing that like flabbergasts me when you're going through these stories and you're obviously reading, what is that? 6 different articles on what happened. Mm-hmm. And technically a 5-minute YouTube video. Whenever there's just like, they leave out chunks and portions. And then in other ones, you're like really trying to put these pieces together. And you're like, how the fuck?
Right.
I have no idea. And we'll get to it on how that timing kind of correlated. But what the fuck ever. I'm going to tell you what I read. And I'm going to insert it in here whether or not it makes sense.
All right.
So the scene was what investigators call extreme disarray. It wasn't just a messy house. It showed a struggle. A lamp lay shattered on the floor. Items were strewn across the living room, and blood stains had soaked into the couch. On the kitchen table sat a bowl of spaghetti and a side of garlic toast, half-eaten and rotting. Remember that.
Rotting, okay.
Nearby, the couple's dog had been trapped inside so long it had left feces in a pair of shoes by the back door. Of all places, in the shoe. That's a very
in the shoe.
Yeah, that's a very cat thing.
I thought you said and the shoe. And I'm like, what? He took his shoes off at the door, like. No, so he pooped in the shoe.
You have pretty eyes.
Thanks.
Yes. There's poop in the shoes.
Okay.
In the bedroom, the whore peeked. Marty, or Martin Duram, who is 46 years old, was on the floor in his underwear. He'd been shot 5 times. I'm fucking dick out in the very beginning. Glenna was nearby, his wife, tucked neatly under a blanket with only her head exposed. Bizarre step 1 of the story. On the end of the bed, police found 3 empty cartridges and 1 full round. But here's the detail the initial reports glossed over. When the medical examiner looked at Marty's body, they found hairs clutched in his right hand. Think about that. He didn't just go down fresh from being woken up in bed or something, which maybe you'd think because he was in his undies. He had fought for his life. But then the professionals failed. And to me, they will continue to. The first responders saw the blood and the bullets, and they got spooked. No bullshit. They backed out of the room.
What?
To await for authorities, assuming both Marty and Glenna were dead without even checking a pulse.
I feel like that's not allowed.
Yes.
Like, that's why they're called first responders. They respond first.
First, which means you don't then wait.
Yeah, that's sad.
Never checked a pulse. That, like, blows me the fuck away.
Yeah.
And the fact that there was, like, food rotting, dog had been needing to use the restroom, for you to think that like a murder was still like just posted up. I'm like, were you afraid that an active shooter was in there? Because you would have been able to tell from the second that you walked in on it that it had been a minute.
Right. Everything you said. That's why I'm like, I don't feel like that's allowed.
It's insane, especially because it had been days since they heard from the couple. Like they had called in because they did the neighbor did a welfare check. So they're like, it's been 2 days.
Yeah.
Again, why do you think someone's just hanging out and they're like,
yeah, obviously
scratching their head with a gun? Like, I just wanted to hang out with the dog.
Right. Obviously the neighbor pays attention to the house. So too.
Right. Well, nosy ones. I don't fucking pay shit attention to my neighbors. Do you pay attention to your neighbors?
You know I'm nosy. I just like to see what's going on. I don't sit out there on the lawn with binoculars. Like,
well, you say that, but I'm like, your house, or is it because of where your office is located?
It's my office.
Did you do it before that?
No.
Okay.
My office is in the front, and I see the end of the cul-de-sac. So.
Yeah, like my office window points to the back part of the house. So, you know, I'm always telling you whenever people are back there. Because the way that my house is in this neighborhood, every single employee that's there, that's lawn care, air, construction, fence, anything, all the guys go back there and pee. So I'm seeing dicks whipped out left, right, and center. And it makes me laugh every time because assumption, of course, is that no one can see you. And I am literally like, they're pissing in front of me.
That's hilarious. See, I would like knock on the window or open the window.
You wouldn't be able to because they go around my other neighbor.
Oh.
Like it's not behind mine.
I would still just run, like, because they can't see you though. So then you could just open your window and be like, "Way to go, good for you."
I'd be more annoyed if I was the neighbor and I'm like, "Why is my grass not growing?" It's because these motherfuckers be pissing back there all the time.
They established a pee corner,
and every man, without realizing it, picks the same spot to pee. Luckily, they turn their back to me. I would not be able to go.
Maybe they sniff it out.
Oh, I guess. No, they're like, I have to pee so fucking bad. This is the perfect place. That's where they do it.
Should be like, that shadow, that looks like a big shadow, buddy. And they'd be like, do it.
No. It took over an hour for police to go back in to retrieve the couple's growling dog. Okay. An hour later. Only to realize Glenna was still breathing. Yeah. Yeah.
An hour?
An hour after 2 days.
Yeah. Why were they scared the dog was in there? The dog would have alerted them if a stranger was in there. Even if they were a friendly dog, they would have went to the closet and been like sniffing and around and shit.
I think
that makes no sense. None of that.
Well, it took, I don't know the type of dog and I don't know how aggressive the dog was at all.
I don't care, man.
So I'm pretty sure that they didn't mention the dog until like the next people came in and they had to like get this fucking angry hostile dog out of the house.
Right.
Either way, they thought that both people were dead because no one cared to take 2 seconds and
that's so sad.
Check the pulse. As they loaded her into the ambulance, she was combative. Her brain was completely scrambled by a bullet. Oh. She hallucinated that someone was stepping on her hair and kept screaming a question that would definitely confuse everyone involved in the case. Why are you doing this, Marty? Is what she kept saying.
Oh.
It was a chaotic, bloody beginning to a story that would soon reveal a marriage built on a foundation of professional care and hidden lies. Because there's always some hidden lies. Now, Martin Duram was born on May 5th, 1955 in Michigan, and he worked various jobs throughout his life, including mechanical and factory work. He was kind of your all-American guy, kind of hands-on, and he also loved motorcycles. Now, Glenna Duram was born on February 6, 1962, also a Michigan native, and though her professions weren't widely online, it appeared she may have also worked in factories and manufacturing jobs, along with possibly bartending. Now, Marty and Glenna reportedly met in the early 2000s through mutual friends at a bar and ended up hitting it off and getting their date on. Now, Marty had been married before and it ended in divorce around 2002, 2003, and then he met homegirl Glenna. So this had to, if you ask me, this was like pretty close in from what I'm guessing. Yeah. It's kind of hard. No one fucking cared. How about that? When they were doing the reporting, no one gave a fuck. Yeah. He had children with his previous wife, and they were also adult age during the incident that took place at their home. Same with Glenna. She had 2 children from an earlier relationship, also grown at this time. Whether or not she was married before, I don't know. One person said husband, one person said relationship. So at the end of the day, it doesn't really add anything to this.
She was romantically tied, either legally or not legally,
yes,
to someone else.
She had been penetrated by a man that then created children, and then she had them. And I don't know what happened.
Wow, way to make that sexy.
You're welcome. Now, to understand the violence on that bedroom floor in 2015, we have to look at the power dynamic in the house, because this wasn't just a husband and wife. This was a patient and his legal protector. So back in 1995, so whenever I believe he was married to his first wife, a car accident had shattered the left side of Marty's body and left him with a traumatic brain injury. So by 46, he was a man who relied on a leg brace to walk and his wife to drive him to every appointment. I read on a site, and I'm including this out of just the website had spelling errors. And so I was like writing this into my story, and then I was catching grammatical errors, and I was like, now I'm not going to include any of it. But for shits and gigs,
okay,
I'm going to do it right now. This particular site, which I'm not going to say what it was because I kind of talk shit, but they said that he didn't have any memory of his wife or his kids. And I wonder if that had something to do with their divorce from before.
Oh.
But at the end of the day, like, because of that accident, it apparently...
It changed in one way or the other.
And it could have wiped some memory.
Right.
I, once more, take that with a grain of salt. Marty was a saver. So he was a frugal man who kept the lights off and the heat low to preserve his disability checks. From what it appeared, this may have been the main source of income for the couple. Glenna, well, let me say that. Glenna was paid as his caregiver. So she made money, and then he also was on disability. I did not see anything else that implied that there was another income.
Okay.
So that should let you know how like small those checks probably are. Now, Glenna was his world. She was his wife of 11 years, but she was also his state-paid professional caretaker, which means she wasn't just a spouse. She was legally and financially bound to protect a man who couldn't fully protect himself because of his injuries. To the neighbors, they were inseparable, known for their fun time bickering, but looking back, the jokes were fucked up. And legit, if someone made those jokes, my ears would perk and I would be like, oh shit, one day I'm going to be on a documentary because they're going to kill each other.
That bad?
Yes. There was this running gag in the house where, I don't know, we'll get kind of. There was this running gag in the house where Glenna would tell Marty she was only waiting for him to die so she could collect his money. And Marty would always just kind of laugh it off, telling her she wasn't going to get a dime. It was a joke that they shared in front of family, a bit of shit talking that kind of maybe masked a growing financial desperation that they had. I read that family and friends said there was a lot of love, but they were also volatile. And I believe from my reading, they likely did not fight healthily. Like, I have a feeling, and this is my interpretation based off of what I read, nothing that I particularly read.
Okay.
I believe that they probably fucking fought hard as fuck, loud as fuck, and they just were not, like, it is so not common for me and Travis to ever get in a fight and truly scream at each other. Right. And I think that's the only way they disagreed, was like by screaming. Like, I think that's the volatile part of it.
Yeah, people have to learn how to fight in relationships. So
yes,
because you're gonna do it. Especially my first thought whenever I don't know why I did the hand gesture, but my first thought from my brain up here as I'm pointing is that they are together constantly, and if her career and her job is to take care of him, and then they're together all the time, and then on top of that, his health challenges have to add strain regardless.
I don't know.
It's there. That's constant.
The main thing they mentioned is he has a leg brace.
Okay.
Number one. And then number two, she just drove him to appointments.
Yeah, but they're always together.
We don't know that they didn't have hobbies and things outside of the house.
Okay. I'm just
like,
saying
the assumption
outside,
is
so
that,
now I'm like,
right. Like, but that's an assumption that they never did anything different. He was a hunter. Like, he had other hobbies. They weren't just sitting in their home fucking staring at each other.
Okay.
And she also, to me, wasn't like an intense caregiver. He wasn't paralyzed.
Got it.
She wasn't picking him up, getting him dressed, putting him in the shower. He just wore a leg brace.
Okay.
Now, I'm sure there's obviously more to that. I'm sure she helped with medications. I'm sure there were prescription pickups.
Right.
I'm sure that there were those things, but I just don't see it as like
okay,
a paralyzed person, which I think would be a lot more effort, a lot more together time, because he would only be able to live his life with her help and support.
Got
Now,
it.
at the end of the day, yes, he would have probably had to have hired somebody, though. Perhaps. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or a lot of Lyfts,
Yeah.
Ubers. I'm not 100% certain.
Right.
Now, on the other hand, Glenna was maintaining a lifestyle that Marty's frugality could never support, nor would he have even considered approving. The why of this case isn't found in a sudden burst of passion. It's found in the flickering lights of the local casinos.
I had a feeling you were going to say that.
Yeah. While Marty was home saving pennies, Glenna was leading a double life. She was a gambling addict, frequenting casinos multiple times a week, burning through their savings on slot machines and scratch-off tickets. I read that they would take vacations to casinos, which implied he knew that some gambling was happening, but not to, once more, my interpretation, because this one isn't as hearty as other meat and potato stories.
This is all your interpretation. At the end of the day, it's our interpretations.
Yes, that's very true.
Yeah.
I don't think he understood the extent of it. Like, there was one article that I read that I believe, like, they, where'd my page go?
Right there.
One article, I believe, and no, oh yeah, I was going to say, there was one article that said that they, like, took vacations. I don't know how it was worded, if it implied that they would take vacations and they literally went to casinos, because some people do that. Mm-hmm. But if he was frugal, there's no way that he was, like, a hardcore gambler. I just can't. No. Like, everyone said he was a saver, which means you're not a gambler.
Oh no. Yeah, no.
They do not hold hands.
But obviously he knew to some extent, but he didn't know she was popping off there all the time. Right? Mm-hmm. That's what I gathered from my research in the past 30 seconds.
Right.
I gathered that he knew, but he didn't know.
Exactly.
It's like she ate a cheeseburger in front of him, but she eats 20 when he's not looking.
Yes. Okay. Exactly.
I am
just
hungry.
Like that.
Can you tell?
So and whenever I read that too, I was like, well, maybe they go on vacations and she would go to the casino while he was, like, resting or something. I don't fucking know.
Who knows?
But the warnings were screaming. But Glenna was a master of the fix. So the car was repossessed. She told Marty it was a bank error. When Marty's mother saw their home listed in the newspaper's foreclosure auctions, she called her son and asked what was going on. Glenna said the paper was wrong and she would fix it. She went so far as to rip up the foreclosure papers before Marty could find them.
So she just kind of pretended like stuff didn't happen and lied it away.
Yes. Okay. But, like, let's take 5 minutes and think that through. Okay. So imagine that due to your head injury, Will is in charge of the finances. The finances you bring in, technically.
All right.
Then your vehicle is repossessed for non-payment. All right. You could assume maybe that could have been an error. Because at the end of the day, a vehicle gets repossessed after 2 missed payments.
Oh.
They changed our water auto payment one time. And they didn't send an email saying that the card had expired. It was something small.
Yeah.
And I literally was like, oh, fuck. I didn't find out till 2 months later. So you maybe could have been like, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah. But then your dad calls you and he's like, hey, what's going on? I saw your house in the newspaper.
Yeah.
For a foreclosure sale.
Because that's all. How does the newspaper mess up? Like, they accidentally print the wrong address. That doesn't make sense.
Right. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no.
This shit, I would lose my fucking mind.
Yeah, you would.
Like, I don't fucking play with money. My husband doesn't play with money. Like, it is not I used your credit card instead of mine to buy this new sweater. Like, that shit would piss me off. Let alone my car getting repoed and us losing the fucking house.
That's pretty intense.
Yes.
That's pretty intense.
Well, I'm almost shocked that she wasn't, like, opening up credit cards in his name type of shit.
Yeah.
Which he wouldn't have had an income probably to allow it. And based off of their great non-payment, they probably didn't have the credit score to do it either.
Right.
But the one thing you can't gamble with is time. What?
You're cute. The one thing... I always want to wear pajamas when I basically do. But when I come in here, because you always, like, it's like you're telling me like a bedtime story. That's really terrible. Yeah. But the way that you write it is just, anyway, keep going. It's fine.
Thank you. Well, at this point, there's an X on the calendar, and that's May 13th, 2015. The very day the neighbor found the bodies was the day the house was scheduled to be sold at a foreclosure auction. Yes.
Was the hair in her hand hers? Wait, backwards.
Glenna was at the end of her rope, and she just ran right out of time. And yes, that was her hair. Remember those cartridges on the bed? Cartridge is the guns go in them, or the bullets go in them, and then they go into the gun.
The magazine?
Yeah, or the cartridge, depending.
Oh, I didn't know.
I think.
I don't know.
I hope.
I don't know.
I look at Jess like she's going to be like, yes. And she's like, what the fuck? I don't know.
I hear cartridge and I'm like, ink. You said cartridges on the bed. I was like, did they get in a printer ink fight? She's like, yeah. I thought you were going to
jam the printer.
I thought you were going to change this.
No.
You just leave them all over the room?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No.
I love guns.
Yeah. Okay, investigators later found the weapon, which was a Ruger pistol, tucked under a chair in the living room. I'm going to have a lot of confusion on this crime scene. That's so right. The gun is tucked under the chair in the living room.
Got it.
He was found in his underwear in the bedroom, right?
Right.
Food in the kitchen.
Okay.
Okay. Blood on the couch.
Poop in the shoe.
Poop in the shoe. Blood on the couch.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I'm looking over here because I'm picturing it.
Tucked in a blankie on the floor. All right. The cartridges are in the bedroom, but the gun is hidden in another room.
Okay.
All right. That suggests Glenna didn't just collapse, right? Like she wasn't just shot randomly.
Just get shot and then fall down and get burritoed into a blanket.
Right. She moved. Things were happening. She hid the evidence of her intruder theory before she crawled under that blanket. So that was the other part. Like, what was going on with the food?
Wait, sorry. Was she shot?
In the head.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oof.
So automatically when they came in here, this is all happening pretty fast. Like she goes into the hospital. They're like, what do you remember? She's like, I remember nothing. Of course.
Right.
Overall, it could have been an intruder theory, maybe, but no. I think that the stupid cops, I'm sorry, automatically saw the situation and interpreted it very quickly as an intruder situation, but if you ask me, no part of that looked like an intruder situation.
Nothing.
And the second they like uncover, it doesn't take long.
Yeah.
But here's what this is what really confused me. Did she kill him and then make a sketty dinner? Was he eating his dinner in his underwear? Because spaghetti is a little messy. Why was there half-eaten food? Why was he in his underwear? Why was this on the couch that then went into the bedroom?
Maybe he was like, he just got out of the shower. Sometimes I'll start dinner if Will's he's like, I'm half in the shower. And maybe she ate while he was in the shower because sometimes I don't wait if he says, go ahead and eat. And then I'll sit there with him while he eats, but I can't wait because I'm thick.
So I gave away, obviously, some pieces to this puzzle early. Like, Glenna was obviously the culprit, right?
I obviously can't put it together like you do all the time. You're always like, it was Charles. It was Charles. And I'm like, I have just started.
I literally haven't even said Charles' name. He's not even in this story. No. So for months, get ready. It said months, the police were stuck on a third-party intruder theory.
Why?
Because she was shot in the head, I believe. Now, they had a search warrant. They walked the rooms, and they found nothing. It was a stagnant investigation until, wait for it, guys.
No, I don't want
Marty's children step in. I can't get over, I'm going to say it, how the police missed what I'm going to tell you. I just have to say that they were not thriving in 2015 over there in Michigan.
Okay.
I still don't get it.
I'm pretty
because what I read is that the police were stuck on this theory for months, okay?
Right.
Okay. And
I
now
need
I'm
you
going
to
to
tell me.
read this next fucking part.
Okay, tell me.
While cleaning the house the day after the crime,
Okay.
the day motherfucking after the crime,
Okay.
in a home the police had already cleared,
Oh my God, tell me.
the children found 3 manila envelopes sitting in plain sight. Inside were 3 suicide letters signed by Glenna.
They missed that?
Yes.
They
Left. I'm like,
They didn't
what,
even
did
look
she work
around.
at fucking Office Max?
Either way, you still look in an envelope because those are big and bright yellow
Manila,
color.
if there is anything to me that says important documents, it's a manila motherfucking envelope. Tell me I'm wrong. When I want to be professional, I'm like, tuck it into a manila envelope. And they're sitting in plain sight. We're talking about manufacturing factory workers who never even have a manila envelope until they get their orientation on the first day on the job. It's an unnecessary thing. I have them because I work in offices.
Yeah.
It just...
But here's my thing. It doesn't matter. You're supposed to look through their shit. Like, you would automatically look through their bills and be like, oh, these are past due. Like, if they had mail sitting out that was just sitting out, you would automatically look.
Oh, just lazy fucks. It had to have been a third person, Heather.
Yeah, but
she was
so
shot
dumb.
in the head.
I'm so annoyed. I mean, this whole story it's fucking sad.
So
but
fucking dumb.
It's just the cops in this case.
Dude, I am not a private detective. I have no training in police work, which every single person that listens to this podcast is like, we can tell, bitch. But I would have looked in those envelopes. The kids did.
I'm not even if it wasn't a crime scene, I would have looked in the envelopes. If I went to your house and I saw envelopes, I'd be like, what's in there?
Sneaky fuck, man. You can never let Heather into your house.
Yes, you can.
Never let her pee in your bathroom because she's going to look through your cabinets.
I just want to know what's in there.
It is not for you to know. If it is put away,
No.
it is not for you to know.
Nope. Then I guess I'll just have to start peeing outside like the boys because
as
out in
one
that
should.
corner.
Yeah, don't let her. Don't let her pee in your house.
Listen, just let me be.
No.
I want to know what's going on.
I never know. I already here's my thing. My brain judges so fucking hard, myself harder than everyone else. So get the fucking broom out of your ass for getting shitty people. I am a judgy person on myself, but I don't need to uncover other reasons for me to judge people.
Oh, I don't judge. I just literally want to know information.
That's a lie. I love you so much. You are nosy because you like to form opinions on people. That's the fun of life.
No, I just want to know. I literally want to know what the fuck people have in their shit.
Okay.
Why are you looking at Jess? Not even make eye
Because Jess
contact
is
her.
with me on this one. I like to think.
No,
Yeah.
I like to make jokes.
Okay.
I like to go fact find.
To then do what with the facts?
I don't make jokes.
Interpret it as things to then judge for.
No, it's fine.
I think you're just not liking me using the word judgy.
I hate that word.
I apparently. I was like, you're just not liking the word.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Let's positive spin it. Well.
Wonderboy Media is not only the proud producer of this glorious magic imploring your ear holes right now, but they're also a big deal.
Get in touch with them today to make all of your dreams a freaking reality.
From using their bangin' ass podcast studio,
where we are right now,
to creating amazing videos and editing our content like the mystical mavericks they are.
Your podcast can go further when you have a Wonder Boy.
Hit up Drew today at WBOYmedia.com.
Or text him day or night at 270.
Just kidding.
Does your face look like a mugshot lately?
Then it is officially time for you to visit Hetef Aesthetics in Owensboro, Kentucky or Nashville, Tennessee.
That's right. Go see our girl Amber Teasley and her team because they'll have your face and your skin look like a damn filter.
And their staff is absolutely amazing. It's like a mini Botox party, which personally is my favorite. You leave looking fresher and you don't have a hangover.
Another good thing is that if you go in there and you tell them that A Couple of Sassholes sent you, you get 15% off of everything.
That's unbelievable. So if you have been considering getting that glow up and making that ex jealous, it's time. Inside with those suicide letters, she apologized to her children for being a bad person and asked her ex-husband, see it says husband in this other article,
okay,
or ex-fuck buddy, to take care of them. She apologizes for being a bad person in a suicide letter and asks the ex-husband to take care of the children. The police had a warrant and they missed a written confession sitting on a table.
Did she survive? Are you going to tell me?
That was the turning point.
Okay.
I just told you whenever she got out of the hospital.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. We've been.
I know. It's been, we've been just fancy, footloose and fancy free today. I get it. Then came the digital footprint, my friends. Glenna's phone showed searches for Ruger pistols, the exact weapon used to kill Marty. Now, when investigators confronted her, she gave the weakest defense in the book, claiming she only used her phone for games.
Oh.
Games. I have to say this. Damn it. I had to say something. It went right out of my noggin.
I have to say this.
Nothing.
That's all you wanted to say. I have to say the word this. And I did it. And this. Now I'm good. Carry on.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. The circus. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Is that, thank you. Is that Marty was, and this is the other thing, is they say that she had looked up Ruger pistols, yada, yada, yadas. But Marty was also a hunter and there were apparently other guns in the house. I don't know if that gun was Marty's. I feel like, and I believe that it was. And that was just either chosen in this moment. Now, what we'll never know, and what you and I can unpack, like it's an Amazon unboxing video, is whether or not we thought this was a crime of passion or if this was planned. And I'm going to assume no, because spaghetti was on the table. That's my only reason why I'm making
But they had the notes, though.
Yeah, but she wrote she could have shot him and then been like, I'm going to have to kill myself. Yeah. We're going to pause. Well, no, let's do it now. Here's my thought, because we're going to talk about circumstantial evidence and I just pausing on it. Okay. That is where I think the door was locked and then it was unlocked. I think she could have been there. That's what I have to say, is they could have gotten into a fight and she shot him. And then she realized, because time had to have passed. Once she killed him, she was like, there's nothing for me to do. I'm going to have to kill myself. And so that's how she had moved the gun into a different location, had the time to write the letter, and her neighbor had come and the door was locked and then the door was unlocked.
This is all sad.
So I don't know if she was there alive and in the home when the neighbor first checked on him at some point, whether she came by and maybe tried the door after day one and whatever, nothing.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And then when she was like, I'm going to have to I also don't understand how the food was rot. They use the word rotting and I'm like, bitch, food don't rot like that fast.
Spaghetti won't.
It was 2 days.
Yeah.
Especially because I highly doubt, based off of them, it wasn't fresh pasta. And that shit can last forever. You know, the shelf life, years. So I'm just saying, nothing was probably rotting. And It means that the dog couldn't have been starving, because the dog would have gotten on the table and eaten the food too. So it wasn't like that long. Not that much time could have passed.
Right.
Which then I can only be like, did this bitch then make spaghetti after she killed her husband and he was in the living room and that's like her last meal?
I don't know. Maybe he was questioning it and she finally
He was in his underwear though, and the blood's on the couch. So the fight originated in the living room.
Got it.
My assumption, based off blood on the couch.
Yeah.
And then he could have ran into the bedroom where likely his guns were. They were fighting. He ends up pulling her hair out and she continues to shoot, or that's when he finally dies.
Man.
And then that's where she's like, okay, now to step 2. And that's the other part where I'm like, was this planned? Because it doesn't feel planned to me. No part of it feels planned to me. Because if it would have been planned, she would have worked harder to not then have to commit suicide.
Yeah, if you said that like she's a fixer, or she tried to like
she lied.
Things
I don't think she was a
people
fixer.
that do that type of thing, it's like they kind of, and this is just me, you know, all of my psychology training.
Right.
But I feel like those people that do that, they kind of either compartmentalize or pretend it doesn't happen. Hell, I do it, but I don't lie about stuff. But like, if I don't want to think something's happened, if it's not a problem I need to deal with, or I'm not prepared mentally to deal with it, I'll just
make spaghetti.
Oh God.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't
know.
know.
I know. But like, I feel like she maybe got to the end and was like, well, I have to actually address this it's finally like where she got shoved to where she had to address it finally. Like she couldn't explain that away. Like they were literally going to get taken out of their home. So this was like, she's like that. She felt helpless even though.
Here's another part too. So let's say he's like, is this really fucking happening? Like, what's going on? Did she kill him to avoid the conversation?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Or did they get into a fight and he grabbed her hair? Like, what happened there?
I don't know.
But it sounds like, though, okay, you are in $75,000 worth of debt. Okay. You know, she's racked up $75,000 in debt. And you think the only way out is death?
Yeah, no.
Let the house get foreclosed. Let Marty leave you.
Yeah.
Go get a job. Go to a fucking accountant to help you.
Yeah. She had kids, right?
Yeah. But
you birthed them. Go sleep on their couch.
Yeah. It just doesn't seem like there's like the reasoning behind it. It's not like if she killed him, then she could keep the house or she could get his money.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? There's like no part of that. Or she would have shot herself more easily on a different part of her body.
Yeah. And been
and not written a suicide note.
Yeah.
And if she was in there for that long, she could have come up with that. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just don't feel like there was any real thought to this.
Oh, yeah. The justification behind it. This is us grasping at straws trying to figure out where her brain or her head was at. Like, because none of this makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, so
there's a million other options.
If you killed him and you wanted the money from it, then you would have not shot yourself so beautifully right here.
Yeah.
You would have, because the odds of you surviving that was so minimal.
Right.
There was really no way for you. Like, I think it was a crime of passion in the moment because nothing good could have come of it. But I still don't understand why you'd kill your husband because you were in debt.
Yeah. She didn't want to face it.
And see, I could have thought that she did it on purpose, like that she was trying to set up the intruder theory if she hadn't written the letters.
Right. That they found months later. I can't get over that.
No, the next day.
Oh, yeah. Got it.
Yeah. That was the next day when the family.
So they found it the next day, but why were they hanging on for dear life for the?
Because the cops are fucking idiots.
Okay,
in this one.
got it.
Yeah,
I missed that.
They're
part
like, pay attention. The cops, I think, in this one just. So I read the police were talking about it, and they said, "Look, we understand that Marty's kids are certain it was Glenna, but we need to do our due diligence and confirm that it was."
Okay, that's fair, but usually that should not take months whenever it's this blatantly obvious, in my opinion. But also,
I agree.
I have TV mentality. I'm like, well, Law and Order, Stabler and Olivia Benson did it in an hour.
Yeah.
So, like, we all have that mentality.
I say that too, and I'm like, you have to keep in mind, my information came from news outlets. What do news outlets do? Fucking make
sensationalized.
Yes, salacious. So that there's a reason for you to read it and follow up.
That's why they said rotten spaghetti and not just, well, it was probably just a little hard.
Right. Right.
It was rotten. And they had to include that the dog shit in the shoe.
And and we're talking about it because the house was in disarray, right? So they had been in a fight. Mm-hmm. So what the fuck? Mm-hmm. There's so many questions. Sadly, I have a lot of questions on this one. Now, they say the circumstantial evidence was a mountain, but the case needed something more to break the silence. And how once more a written confession is circumstantial.
Sound like it was silent.
Agreed. So now it's time for us to make this sound fake as fuck. Are you ready?
No.
After the murder, Marty's ex-wife, Christina Keller, took in the couple's pet. They had an African gray parrot named Bud.
I love.
Yes.
Oh my God. I used to have a parrot. Sorry. I'm so excited. Not that kind, but.
These birds are highly intelligent and they don't just mimic, they soak up the energy of excitement and commotion. They are so fucking cool.
No, they really are. There's been some that had to have been removed.
Here's a photo.
Some have been had to have been removed from zoos because they picked up cussing, and they would cuss in front of the kids too much.
I love.
They would have to transfer them because they would just sit there and be like, "Fuck you, fuck you."
Yeah, this bird apparently had the filthiest mouth because they were, and I assume because Glenna and Marty were volatile that they fucking cussed all the time at each other. Assumption.
African Greys are smart as shit.
Yes. So shortly after moving in with Christina, Bud began kind of this performance. Like, he didn't just squawk. He cycled through two distinct voices, mimicking a back and forth argument that sounded like a recording of the night Marty died. He would scream, "No, no," and "Shut up," and "Where's the gun?" Then he would drop his voice in a tone that Christina recognized instantly as Marty's, and the bird would yell, "Don't shoot! Don't fucking shoot!" Yeah. She said that the house would go cold whenever Bud would start reliving this argument. And she said that she could feel the trauma of the bird.
That's, wow.
He wasn't just a pet. He was a living recorder of the fucking murder.
Wow.
And he didn't mean to, but he just kept playing it on repeat. So I feel really bad for Christina.
Yeah,
that
she had
this
to keep
bird
hearing that.
Kept fucking saying, "Don't shoot, don't fucking shoot," over and over again, knowing that her ex-husband was murdered.
Yeah.
And that was what he was saying, his final words.
Wow, I never even thought of that part.
Yes.
Shit.
Well, they literally discussed about trying to like put Bud on the stand, and they were like, that's the dumbest thing in the entire fucking world, because they can't ask the bird, "Are you lying?"
Does the bird raise this little claw
Yeah, it's like,
and swear on the Bible?
that's what they were like, let's not be fucking an idiot.
It's like, you're under oath, but it's like, fuck you. Like that.
They're like, "Are you in your right mind?" Like,
Yeah.
you can't ask those questions to a bird. All he can do is repeat the experience that he went through.
Man.
Yeah.
But did they play it in court?
I don't think they had to really, like, from what I understand, no. Actually, I don't know. I know for a fact. Because this part was so crazy that, like, obviously if you look this story up, most of it's about Bud. That's why it was so hard to find out more about,
You buried that
like,
lead.
Marty and Glenna. It's really about Bud, the bird who solved the crime.
I remember seeing a blip of this because I was...
Yes,
like,
Travis remembered it. And my
Yeah.
husband does not follow this shit at all.
Yeah.
Apparently, like, his testimony, because Christina was like, "I'm gonna tell the cops,"
Yeah.
because it obviously freaked her the fuck out too.
Yeah.
And the public outcry over it, because they're like, "What the fuck?" It's the bird is literally a recorder.
Yeah,
like,
they just
that's
they
what they're
learn
known
and
for.
repeat. They're like
Yes.
toddlers. If they hear you say shit one time, they say it over and over and over and over and over.
Right.
Like,
And then the fact that the family was already like, "Hey, motherfuckers, this piece of paper where she's apologizing is,
Right.
like, kind of important. Can you do something about it?"
but they're like, wait, the bird said it. We're good now. Let's follow up.
They're like, "Oh, well, now I believe it."
Well, not. I mean, you didn't say a bird said it. Like,
You
shoulda
didn't tell
led
me
with
there was
that.
a recorder.
Right. Oh shit.
I couldn't imagine being Christina and literally sitting there and being like, "Don't shoot. Don't fucking
Oh,
shoot."
that
And
would
be
be-
like,
right.
just
Yeah.
over here fucking watching Law and Order, eating popcorn, like, shit. Goosebumps.
That's wild.
Well, it took 2 years.
Why is this place really small?
I didn't look.
Okay,
My apologies. I didn't look.
it's fun. You should apologize, and you should write me a letter about it later.
Well, you know how I usually like to say the lifestyle of the rich and famous before I start, but not on this one.
I know. I'm like, well, they have to. It has to be in my head. It is small town.
Yeah.
If you said township, usually the smaller areas
That's
in Michigan.
Oh, I love when you say sexy shit like that.
They usually are called townships. So this has
You're
to be
right.
small. Plus, if it's taken this long, it's got to be like the courthouse hair care and tire center there or some shit. Like,
Right.
just assuming.
So as I said, it took 2 years of waiting, but the jury finally saw through the confused victim after stating she, of course, couldn't remember anything from that night. After 8 hours of deliberation, they found Glenna Duram guilty of first-degree murder and a felony firearm charge. Mary's mother, or Mary. Who's Mary?
I was like, wait, did I miss a lady?
No, I know, right?
It's Bud's girlfriend.
And I don't know. Marty's mother, Lillian, sat in the courtroom and watched Glenna, and she described her as emotionless.
Really?
A woman who had spent years as a caretaker only to end her husband's life to cover up a gambling debt.
Wow.
Yeah. The sentence was exactly what the law required. Life in prison without the possibility of parole. You can't help but think about the hairs in Marty's hand.
Oh.
The air of the foreclosure papers and that bird in the cage still repeating the final words of a man who realized too late the type of woman he had married. Now Christina has to listen to the murder on repeat as Bud continues reliving the murder. And that's the sad story of Marty Duram and how Bud the parrot confirmed the killer.
Damn.
Crazy.
That poor guy.
That is so sad.
All of this
And
is fucking
he is
sad.
like the nicest, sweetest, kindest face. Honestly, he was way. I literally thought this the first time I saw both of them, and I was like, "You're such a cunt." But I'm like, he was way more attractive than her.
Oh, really?
Yes, and it's just like, and this bitch was over here just. Here's the thing. Well, when you're an addict of something, and I get it. Like,
right.
I really understand addiction. Just because I'm not addicted to heroin doesn't mean I don't understand addiction. And
Right.
I've experienced it through different portions of my family life cycle.
Mm-hmm.
She could have gotten help for this.
Right.
Before she got so far into debt.
1-800-GAMBLER.
Yes. Like, yes.
Yeah.
It's literally like, I knew that number.
Yeah.
And I don't even gamble.
Right.
So it's just like there were options for help if the main stemming of this was gambling.
And it's 2015, so it's not like she couldn't research it online.
Right, like
Too.
the Ruger pistol that
Right.
she looked at.
So, and yeah. This whole story was sad because there was a million other routes that she could have taken.
Yes, and the fact that we still cannot fully understand the why. Like, yes, we can say the why was the gambling debt. We can say that technically was the motive.
But that's a fixable issue.
That's a fixable issue.
Yeah.
And her suicide, her attempted suicide in this is what throws you the most.
Right.
Like, that's what makes it seem like it was a crime of passion. But the fact that it was 2 days once more before the fucking auction, you just you're kind of left with 1,000 different questions.
Because my first original thought would be, well, she did it out of impulse. She quote unquote snapped and then was like, oh my God, what did I do? And then she was upset about it and made an attempt on her own life. But then you said when she was in court, she didn't flinch. So
Nothing.
obviously she wasn't she wasn't sad. I cry about strangers I don't even know when they pass away, not the ones that I'm married to.
But she shot herself in her head.
Yeah.
So
some
I
mental
wonder,
health issues too.
I was like, so what kind of brain damage was caused from that?
Oh, that's also true.
Yeah. Like, so not the mental health issues. It was more of, did she
Right.
cause issues in her own brain by shooting it?
Yeah, that's true.
That maybe she doesn't have the ability to show emotion now? I don't know. Because I don't know the brain like that.
Like that.
I don't know.
I don't know. I want to know how Bud's doing. Too.
I think he's doing well. If you Google, pretty much it's a whole bunch of photos of Christine and the bird. Christina has 1,000% enjoyed her claim to fame
I bet.
this bird, I will say.
I don't blame her.
I don't
And
blame her either.
African grays, they're not cheap. I got a conure parrot instead of an African gray, but 400 years ago when I got my parrot, I looked into those and they were like $2,000 back then. So I can only imagine how much they cost now. And they live a very long time.
Yes. Oh, I wrote that in here and it wasn't in there. They can live 40 to 60 years
Right.
on average. And if they're in a home, like if they're whatever is the word of being in.
They're not in the wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of them.
Domesticated, is that it?
Yeah, I guess.
That makes it sound like they make dinner though.
I know. But they can live up to 70.
Yeah, that's why another reason why I did not get that breed. So
Why not?
because I'm like, that is literally like having a child. So it's like it's a very, very big commitment.
Yes.
Either
I
way.
wish. I wish dogs lived that long.
I know.
And then I'd have 7. I don't know. There's lots of dogs that way. Well, that's a crazy story.
Yeah, that poor guy. Nobody.
And he did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Like, that's what sucks is this guy did absolutely
It's not like
nothing
he
wrong.
beat her and then she snapped.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. There could have been physical altercation. The house was, that's what,
Then, yeah, but I meant like.
but if
leading
there's
up to
blood
that,
on the
like,
couch, was he shot while he was in his underwear watching TV?
Maybe he was just taking a
And
nap,
then
just hanging out.
he knocked things over as he was trying to get to the bedroom. Like, I don't know the layout of the house. And so I do ponder that. Like, did he get shot and she kept shooting at him? Like, they also didn't say, like, where the gunshot, like, where did the bullets go in? It said that there were shows about this. Like, and I asked Google and I asked ChatGPT, and I could not fucking find them. Like, for the absolute fucking life of me. So,
About this case?
yes, and I know I remember seeing something about this case too. Like, it popped up on an auto show, like automatically the next one. But I don't know. Watch a show. I can't tell you which one it is.
Watch a show.
Yes.
I feel like I remember seeing this on something as well, but I couldn't tell you which one.
Right.
We are here for the math and facts.
That
was
give you all of
thank
it.
you for sharing his story.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't forget, like,
and cut. No.
yeah, right. Like, rate, review, subscribe.
Yes, do all the things. Don't forget, if you need us to do a cameo, we're happy to do that. If you want all of this just for you, that's the infomercial.
Yeah.
Do that. Tell your friends. Get some merch. Do all the things.
Yeah. we
Buy us
love
a cup
that.
of coffee. We're on Buy Us Coffee.
Perfect. Don't forget, don't get mad.
Get sassy.
We love you.
We
Bye.
love you. Bye.
This episode was sponsored, edited, and produced by Wonderboy Media. Get the deets at WBOYmedia.com to see how you can make your podcast dreams a reality.
Help us out and be sure to rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen to our audio project. Don't forget, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at, of course, A Couple of Sassholes.
Want more sass? Become a member of our Patreon for bonus content, merch, and more. Plus, we're on Cameo now, so there's even more ways to get the sass you need just how you like it. As always, don't get mad.
Get sassy.
Theodore, can I pet that dog?